This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic. This is video 8 of solving equations with decimals. We're going to do another problem here where we have a basic equation but the coefficient of x has a decimal in it. So there, of course, is more than one way to solve this. One way is to simply divide both sides by 0.5. And then you need to simplify this 1 over 0.5. And there's different ways to do that. I'm going to move this over a little to give me a little space. So one way of doing this is to get rid of the decimal at the bottom here. Just multiply the top and bottom by 10. That way you get to move this decimal 1 to the right. And that gives me the numerator 10, and then the denominator 0.5 times 10 is just 5. So I end up with 2. So my answer here is x equals 2. Alright, so that's first approach. Now that's not the only way you could do 1 divided by 0.5. Of course, if you want to do long division, you can. You could say, oh, I have 0.5 into 1. And then you move the decimal 1 to the right because you need a whole number out here in front. And then 5 into 10 is 2. So you're going to get 2 doing long division as well. All right, what's another way of approaching this problem? So we'll start out with the same one. So I have 0.5x equals 1. Some people naturally, when they see 0.5, they just realize that's 1/2. So if you want, you could just write 1/2 x equals 1. And then multiply both sides by 2. That's the reciprocal of 1/2. Or you could say that you're going to multiply by the least common denominator, which also happens to be 2. So no matter which way you're thinking about it, it ends up looking like times 2 on both sides. And we get x equals 2 that way as well. So same problem, different way of getting the answer. And lastly, here's one more. You see there is a decimal as the coefficient of x, and to eliminate that decimal, you multiply by 10, so you can move the decimal 1 to the right. So we just multiply both sides of the equation by 10. And 10 times 0.5 then is 5x, and 1 times 10 is 10, and once again, we're going to get x equals 2. So you just can't get around it. Looks pretty good that the answer is x equals 2. But of course, we always check it. So let's put in 2 for x. So we have, and then we have to do that. Two ways of thinking of that. Some people might just say, oh, that's 1/2 times 2 and get an answer of 1, right? That's one way somebody might do it to show your work. Or you might just say, well, how do I multiply with decimals? You just do 5 times 2 is 10, and then you move, and then you've got one number after the decimal point, so your answer has 1 after the decimal point. So in any case, it checks. That's the important point. And that means that this really is the solution. So we write 2 in braces to show that's the solution set. This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic.